Hey guys, welcome to Catching Travel. I hope you're doing well. We wanted to make this quick video to kind of show you what we're going to do in the future. We're going to make these videos for you, our subscribers, and for those that aren't subscribed yet, that might want some travel tips on how to save money upon their upcoming cruises, their upcoming vacations, and different destinations around the country, such as Legoland, Walt Disney World, SeaWorld, Carnival Cruise Line, Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, and other places that we're personally going to visit in the near future. So guys, if you are new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. Make sure you ring that bell notification icon so that you are alerted of our future videos and so that you don't miss out on any travel tips that will save you money on your future trips. But guys, today we're going to discuss, does it make sense to book on a cruise line's website versus a third-party site? But we'll get right back after this and we'll discuss the pros, the cons, and what to expect. We hope you enjoyed this upcoming video. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the bell notification icon so you're alerted of future videos, and like us on Facebook for future updates and live videos. Hey guys, welcome back. So now we're going to discuss, is it better to book on a cruise line's website directly, or is it better to book on a third-party site that may be offering certain deals during the different parts of the season? Now this is a great question. Now it may be super tempting to book that cruise on the third-party site just for the fact that they offer prepaid gratuities, they offer dining plans, they offer different things that you may be interested in, but it's not necessarily always good to book with them. And the reason behind that is because you need to make sure that the cruise line's website isn't offering a cheaper rate. You got to remember that these third-party sites do need to make money, so you need to do a apples-to-apples comparison before making that final booking to make sure that you aren't just paying more for something that they say is free. Now, if you do find that it ends up being cheaper, absolutely, go ahead and use that third-party site. But the most important thing to remember about these third-party sites, and something that you might not realize, is that they do require the full payment of your cruise a little bit earlier than what the cruise lines actually do make you pay. So you may pay up to 30, maybe even 70 days before you would if you were booking directly with the cruise line. The reason for that is these companies necessarily won't cancel your reservation, but they will say that they will. And the reason that they do that is just to give them enough time so that they don't incur the penalties that they might get if, say, you didn't go through with the final payment. So they have to pay the cruise line, and it means that your reservation could end up costing them money. So make sure you remember that if you do book a third-party site, you do need to have the money at least 30 to maybe 70 days or more available to pay off your cruise. The next con about booking on a third-party site would actually be that most of those third-party rates are a non-refundable rate. What that means is, yes, you can cancel the cruise, but most likely you're going to incur some sort of fee. And the worst part about booking through a third-party site is that most of those rates you can cancel, but you also can't price match whenever the cruise line may drop the rate, which means that you may end up losing money because you didn't have the ability to price match, because most of those rates that you have on the third-party site do not allow you to change the price. Such as, I could call in to Carnival's support line and say, hey, your cruise dropped $200 to $300 for my cruise. Can I get the difference in either an onboard credit or a refund? Unfortunately, with these third-party booking sites, you're not going to be able to really do that, because in order to get those reduced rates, they have to work with the cruise line in order to get that. And ultimately, they may lose some of their royalty for booking that reservation. So most likely, they're not going to give you that refund. So that is definitely a big downer for booking a third-party site, is that you cannot price match should your rate get cheaper later on. So this is really where it comes into doing your research on your cruise. If you're capable of knowing basically what the price is going to be throughout the year, and you know, hey, this rate is not going to fluctuate, it's not going to go down, it's typically what the price is. Maybe you're watching it for a year or so, and you know for sure that that rate is not going to drop, go ahead and book through the third-party site at the cheaper rate. However, if you do feel that it's very close in comparison to price, it might be better for you to actually book through the Carnival or the Royal Caribbean or whatever cruise line you choose. It may be better for you to actually book through that website, because they are going to give you the ability, should that rate drop, to call into their support line and say, hey, I want my money back. And most likely they're going to give you an onboard credit of $300 to $400 depending upon how much difference the cruise is, but they're definitely going to honor that. Now, if you book through a third party, you're going to have a way harder time actually getting that money back. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. So guys, as you can see, doing your research is extremely important, especially if you're new to cruising. If you don't do your research, you may end up actually spending more than you actually should be. And honestly, no one wants that. I don't want to pay more for a cruise if I don't have to. So honestly, doing my research is the most important key to saving money in any kind of vacation that you could ever plan. One thing that I think that I was most confused about whenever I was booking a cruise is, how do I manage my cruise? How do I check into my cruise if I book through a third-party site? Well, the great thing is that most people may not know initially is that whenever you pay off your cruise in full to that third-party cruise line, the reservation then goes on to Carnival, on to Royal Caribbean, or any of those other cruise lines that you may book with, and you can actually manage that cruise from that point directly with the cruise line, which means that you can go book excursions, you can book those things directly with the Carnival or whatever ship you're on, or whatever cruise line you're on as well. So that's kind of nice, because honestly, I would not recommend any new cruiser use any third-party shore excursions, things like that, because most of those actually don't offer what they call back to the ship guarantee, which means that if by chance the third-party excursion is late for the ship is not going to wait for you and you will actually get stranded. We actually had a very similar thing happen to us. We didn't really get left. We weren't really, in danger of that, but we did have that kind of in the back of our head, because we booked an excursion that Carnival offered, but we booked it through a third-party site. So we ended up going out to where Carnival was in Cozumel, Mexico, I think it was. And they had to sign up for the excursion, and they said, no, you didn't book with us. So we ended up having to walk probably about a mile to the actual excursion point that the third party was actually offering. So we had to walk through downtown Cozumel, kind of aimlessly walking, finding where we needed to go. And it was a lot more difficult than if we would have worked with Carnival. We would have been right off the ship, we would have got onto the excursion, and relatively it would have been pretty much the same cost. So if you are going to book excursions and you're going to use a third-party site, don't necessarily book those excursions through that third-party site. I would recommend until you wait until you actually pay that final cruise off and go directly to the Carnival website or whatever cruise line you're on and book the excursion that you want directly through them, because they do offer a back to ship guarantee, which means that if they're like 2 or 3 hours late, they're going to guarantee that they're the ones footing the cost getting to either to the next port, or they're going to be waiting on you whenever you get back. And that's kind of a nice guarantee, because you never know what's going to happen. Things happen in ports, and you never know what's going to actually take place. So it's good to have that guarantee, in my opinion, just to get back to the ship, to know that you're not going to get left. Because if you watch some of these YouTube videos over here, you see all kinds of people screaming, "Oh no, I'm missing the ship," and things like that. So my tip to you, if you're new, don't book through the third-party websites with shore excursions. It's just not a good idea. That was one thing, I have no exceptions for. Don't do it. That's just my recommendation. You can do it if you want to, but know that there is a risk. Some of them actually do say, "Oh yeah, we'll get you back to the ship," but they don't tell you that, you still may be late. The cruise line may still leave you, because they're not going to tell the cruise line, basically you have to wait because, we told them that we'd do that. So yeah, I would recommend going through Carnival through all your short excursions. or whatever cruise line you're with, just based upon the insurance that you're going to have, especially if you're new to the cruise lines, new to the cruising industry and things like that. It's just going to be a lot less of a headache to you to book through the actual cruise line. So even if you use a third-party site, you do find that it's beneficial for costs and things like that. Know that you can actually book shore excursions directly with the cruise line once that reservation is paid in full. So that's my last tip to you guys, and hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope that it has been informative to you. If you did like this video, we do like those thumbs up. It gives us an idea of the content that you guys like, the content that you guys want to see in the future, and it just gives us a general great feeling that we're doing a good job. So guys, we will catch you later. We are Catching Travel, and expect more of these videos in the future. So guys, comment below. Let me know what shore excursions you've taken. Let me know your cruise tips that you'd like to share with our fellow cruise community, especially as we grow this channel. And just comment below. We'd like to respond to you. We will respond to every single comment that we get. We guarantee you that, because we have responded to everything so far that you guys have put in the comments below. So we want to hear, what's your favorite port? What's your favorite excursion? Do you prefer to book through a third-party site, and why? Or do you prefer to go through a cruise line's website directly in order to kind of avoid the confusion or some of the issues or the price match guarantee or anything like that? So guys, share your comments below, and we will be back with more of this, more content like this in the future. So guys, I hope you have a fantastic night, and thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't. It definitely helps us out, and it helps us grow this channel and do more things like this, and honestly give you more money saving tips. So guys, we'll catch you later. Bye bye.